Imagine waking up 10,000 years ago. No cities, no countries, no schools, no internet, no words like gay, straight, or bisexual. Just small groups of humans trying to survive. Now imagine something else. Imagine you find yourself attracted to someone of the same sex. What would that even mean? Would people understand it? Would they accept it? Or would you be completely alone? The answer is far more surprising than most people realize. Because contrary to what many people assume, same-sex attraction is not a modern invention. It did not suddenly appear with modern society. It did not emerge because of social media, politics, or changing culture. In fact, evidence suggests it has existed for as long as humans have existed, and possibly even longer. Today, scientists have documented homosexual behavior in hundreds of animal species: lions, penguins, dolphins, swans, monkeys, even our closest relatives, chimpanzees and bonobos. This means same-sex attraction is not something unique to modern humans. It appears throughout nature itself, which raises an interesting question. If it exists throughout nature, then why wouldn't it have existed among ancient humans? The truth is, it almost certainly did. But here's where things become complicated. Ancient people didn't think about sexuality the way we do today. Today, people often identify themselves using labels: gay, straight, bisexual. But for most of human history, these categories simply didn't exist. People were usually judged by their actions rather than their identity, and different societies viewed those actions in very different ways. Take ancient Greece, one of the most famous civilizations in history. Many Greeks viewed certain same-sex relationships as normal parts of society. Some philosophers wrote openly about them. Some warriors fought alongside partners they deeply loved. In certain cities, these relationships were even encouraged. Yet, at the exact same time, other societies viewed the same behavior completely differently. Travel a few hundred miles, and the rules could change entirely. The same person might be accepted in one culture and condemned in another. And that's one of the biggest mistakes we make when looking at history. We imagine ancient people all thought the same way. They didn't. Human cultures have always been incredibly diverse. But what about before civilization? What about hunter-gatherers, the people who lived tens of thousands of years ago? Unfortunately, they left very few written records, which means we can't know exactly how every group viewed sexuality. But anthropologists studying modern hunter-gatherer societies have discovered something fascinating. Human social behavior varies enormously. Some groups have strict rules, others are surprisingly flexible. What matters is that same-sex attraction appears repeatedly across different populations and different periods of history. Again and again, across continents, across cultures, across centuries, and that's difficult to explain if it were merely a modern phenomenon. But perhaps the most interesting question isn't whether ancient humans experienced same-sex attraction, it's why it survived. Evolution is often described as a ruthless process. Traits that reduce survival tend to disappear. Yet, same-sex attraction has remained present throughout human history. Why? Scientists still debate the answer. Some researchers believe it may strengthen social bonds within groups. Others think genes associated with same-sex attraction may provide other evolutionary advantages. Some theories suggest it may help increase cooperation within communities. The truth is, nobody knows for certain. And that's what makes the topic so fascinating. Because despite all our technology, despite satellites, computers, and artificial intelligence, there are still mysteries about human nature we haven't fully solved. So did gay people exist in ancient times? Almost certainly. But they probably didn't think of themselves the way we think of them today. The labels were different, the cultures were different, the rules were different, yet the people themselves were still human. They loved, they desired, they formed relationships, and they struggled to understand themselves just like we do now. Because while civilization changes, human nature has a way of staying remarkably familiar.